What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Wizards post-game review. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Wizards versus Heat game. The Wizards lost the Heat. It was a huge loss. It was 27 points. This was one of our biggest losses of the season. The game definitely reminded me of the game against the Utah Jazz. That we had that terrible Jazz game that we had. It was the second night of a back-to-back, and the Wizards came out completely flat. I am disappointed. I'm very disappointed in this loss because I really was hoping that we would take both the games against the Heat. And, somebody else made a prediction on YouTube. Heat Life for 305 made a prediction on here saying that the Wizards were going to win the first game at home, but they were going to lose the second game. The Heat have been great at home this season, and their home crowd is 100% behind them. I was just really disappointed. They lost. The Heat didn't have Hassan Whiteside tonight, so you think that would make things a little bit easier, especially on Marcin Gortat, but it didn't make anything easier. In fact, it made things way worse. I'm pretty sure if they actually had Hassan Whiteside, maybe things would have went differently because he hasn't even been playing all that great lately. The Heat got a lot of points in the paint, was it 76, I think? 76 points. Yeah, 76 points in paint to the Wizards 42. They capitalized on a lot of turnovers. They forced a lot of turnovers. They had a lot of steals, a lot of blocks. They were protecting the paint very well, and they were also getting into the paint really easily on the Wizards' lazy defense at all. They were barely playing defense. Their heart wasn't in the game at all. This was just one of those games where you really would have wanted them to win, the Wizards to win, because we're in the same division. So they could take the division, and they could also take higher playoff seeding from us if they have a better record against the East than we do. Currently, they do have a better record against the East than we do. They can own the tiebreaker because right now we're tied up 2-2, which it shouldn't be that way. Anyway, yep, we're gonna get into these statistics into the points and everything like that, because I'm just this was definitely a game I really thought that we were gonna win. Coming into this one, I was afraid of one person and one person only, which is Josh Richardson, who usually kills the Wizards, and Tyler Johnson. But it was another Johnson that came through tonight. In less than 20 minutes out there, he scored 20 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds. He was completely unstoppable. James Johnson was completely unstoppable. There was nothing they could do about him. They had no match for him. They had nothing for him. Nothing for him. No answer. Nothing. Josh Richardson as well came out and scored 13 points. The starters for Miami did decently, but their bench also came out and produced. Let me see. Dwayne Wade got teed up for the whole Kelly Oubre thing with the poking or whatever he did to the back of his neck, which was kind of weird. 8 points though, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Rodney McGruder with 13 points. He played pretty well. Definitely. Kelly Olynyk had 13 points, 11 rebounds, so that was also something. He had a couple block shots in there. A lot of rebounds he pulled down. We were out-rebounded as well. Ooh, this guy, Wayne Ellington, had 17 points and also 4 threes, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Wayne Ellington was killing. And they were just leaving him open. I'm just why are you not guarding him? Did you not see him in the 3-point contest this year? Did you not see him in the 3-point contest? And I think he got further than Bradley Beal. So get your life together, guys. Justice Winslow, who's clearly been hearing the talk, the talk that he's trash and he's a buzz because he's actually been playing well in the last few games. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Goran Dragic, he usually has good scoring games against the Wizards. Not so much tonight, but definitely decent production with 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Tyler Johnson, the other Johnson and Johnson, who work so well together. I'm sick of them. 13 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. I never want to see the Heat in the playoffs. I personally never want to see the Heat again. So they said, this is the last regular season meeting. I hope that we don't see them again until preseason. And I know we're seeing them in Summer League, and we lost them in Summer League and preseason this summer. I just don't want to see them again. Bam Adebayo, 6 points, 8 rebounds. He started tonight in the absence of Hassan Whiteside. Luke Babbitt had no points. Um, this guy, Haslim, had 2 points. And the thing is, the last game the Wizards played against the Heat, James Johnson didn't even have points. He had no points. And that's crazy. Jordan Mickey came out and scored 4 points. He had 8 minutes on the court and a rebound. And you already know that when Jordan Mickey comes out there, he comes out there to produce. He's not coming out there to stand around and hope for something. Like, he makes things happen. He scores within like 30 seconds of being in the game. He makes things happen. So I understood that he was going to come out there and score some points. Like, the Wizards weren't going to stop that. For the Washington Wizards, we had Jason Smith. We had a freaking Jason Smith sighting. This is like the second Jason Smith sighting in a row we've had. He had 6 points, so he's consistently coming out there and giving us something on the floor when we give him time. So when he needs more minutes, especially on back-to-back, I feel like the bench should have played more, come out early, because on back-to-backs they have so much more energy and they inject so much more life into the game. So he had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Mike Scott has 7 points. Not one of his best games in 15 minutes. He played a lot of time at center, which was completely like stupid. Tim Frazier, those extended minutes just shouldn't have been. He had 3 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds in 6 minutes. In 15 minutes. Ramon Sessions came out, had one of his best games this season. He matched his season high, which was 12 points. One of his best games for us. 12 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 23 minutes. He definitely started to show that he could score a lot better than maybe people. I mean, I know that other Wizards fans knew he could score, but let's say he had a better outing than he did the last game that they had the last game. Definitely a better outing than his first game as a Wizard this season. So 12 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Jody Meeks had his best game as a Wizard with his season high 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And I already had said that, like, I'm not rocking with no Jody Meeks, and the only way I'm rocking with Jody Meeks or even taking Jody Meeks seriously is he come out there and score like 20 points. But Jody Meeks came out there and scored 20 points. But it was a moot point because we lost. So yeah. Kelly Oubre Jr. had 11 points and 6 rebounds. Consistently has been scoring in double figures like for probably about 80 to 90% of his games this season. Bradley Beal, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. They definitely were limiting his production a lot. They were playing really strong defense on him. Thomas Ranty, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Marcin Gortat, 3 points. Markieff Morris, 4 points. We were basically like, our front court wasn't doing anything. Our front court was and theirs was just lighting the place up. They were completely unstoppable in the paint. Like, they were so unstoppable. They were playing really hard defense. The Heat was not letting up at all, at all, at all, at all. Like, they weren't giving up nothing to the Wizards. Like, even when the game was in the fourth and we had only had 70-something points, they still weren't letting us score. Like, they were playing super hard defense. They know what it's like to lose games by just not playing the right defense, giving up big leads. They weren't giving us anything. It was crazy. It was crazy. They really weren't. The Heat played really strong defense. They really did. Otto Porter had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I was hoping he was gonna drop a dub on the Heat, but he didn't. Yeah, that's basically it. The Heat were not letting up. They played super strong defense. They got a lot of points in the paint. They capitalized on turnovers. They forced a lot of turnovers. They were limiting Bradley Beal a lot and just bringing a lot of energy and a lot of fight. Like, they were not going to lose. They were not going to go quietly. They were not going to leave this. They were not going to leave without a W. Well, they were not going to go home without a W. They were completely locked in. The Wizards got ran off the court. They got blown out. I guess a great win by the Heat, but terrible for the Wizards. And we're trying to be in a playoff standing. Now we're like 38-29. Not good. Not where we want to be right now. Definitely want to go on a win streak. I'm in no rush for John Wall to come back. But that's another story. Yeah, that's basically it. Got blown out by the Heat, and he played a great game. Wizards not so much, lacked energy. second out of a back to back, but that's no excuse. You got to do better than that. Peace, guys.